Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Thursday night football recap show. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do a pregame show. I was a little underneath the weather Thursday night. uh, but the Chicago Bears weren't too concerned about their appearances. Uh, all that mattered was that they came out on top, and uh, Deonta Foreman ran for a touchdown, and the Bears boosted their shot at the top pick in the draft, beating the Carolina Panthers 16-13 Thursday night. At the end of the day, man, all the hard work we put in, even with not being pretty, it still feels amazing, Foreman said. You know what I mean. You know what I mean? That's what he says. The primetime matchup between teams among the bottom five of the NFL delivered about as much drama as expected. But the Bears are now 3-7 on the season, made enough plays to come away with the victory. The Bears also boosted their chances at the number one pick because they have Carolina's first rounder in 2024. They acquired the pick along with more last March for the top selection this year. The Panthers, who fall to 1-8 on the season, are tied with Arizona, which plays Atlanta on Sunday for the worst record in the NFL, which doesn't surprise anybody to that matter. Foreman gave the Bears a 16-10 lead in the third quarter with a 4-yard run. Chicago was up by 3 with 140 remaining in the game when Carolina's Eddie Pinerio missed a 59-yard field goal. The ball landing well short of the goal post. The Bears sealed the win when Darnell Mooney caught on an 8-yard pass on a 3rd and 7 at the 48. Moore caught the passes for 58 yards against his former team. Tyson Baggett completed 20 of 33 passes for 162 yards in his fourth straight start with Justin Fields sidelined because of a dislocated right thumb. The Bears, who are 2-2 with undrafted rookie from Division II, Shepherd University in West Virginia, in the lineup. Fields hasn't Fields hasn't played since he exited in Week 6 in a Week 6 loss to Minnesota. Uh, Eberflus has said reportedly he remains the Bears' number one quarterback, but he wouldn't say if he expects, Fields to return next week at Detroit. We'll see where it is. Everflus said, "It's a big week to make that evaluation, so we will see where it is. When Justin's healthy, he'll be our starter." Cario Santos kicked 3 field goals. The Bears got their pass rush going, sacking Bryce Young 3 times. It was a big improvement for a team with a league low 10 through the first 9 games. They got swagger, said defensive end Montez Sweat, uh, who had 3 quarterback hits in his second game since a trade deadline deal from Washington. All these guys I really love kind of like the plug and play. I'm really going along with them trying to figure out the energy that they're bringing. And the Panthers, as you know, they fell to 1-8. Carolina's uh, Ihmir Smith, Marset, returned a punt for 79 yards for a touchdown in the first quarter. But Young, coming off his worst game as a pro, had another rough outing. The number one draft pick this year. He was 21 of 38 for 185 yards with a 68.4 rating after throwing three interceptions and having two returned for scores and a loss to Indianapolis. Adam Thielen caught six passes for 42 yards, and the Panthers fall to 0 and 5 on the road. And we have to be better, Young said. Our defense, great game start to finish. We have to be better. I have to be better. First and foremost, I have to be a lot better, and that is true. And Bears grabbed a 16-10 lead midway through the third on a 4-yard run by Foreman, who spent last season with Carolina to cap a 30-yard drive after pinning the Panthers deep in their own territory. Chicago opted not to try a 2-point conversion to go up by 7. Carolina got a big opportunity late in the third, taking over at the Chicago 40 after Trenton Gill shanked a punt. The Panthers got pushed back 20 yards to start the drive because of back-to-back penalties. They got to the 20 before Pinheiro kicked a field goal to make it a 3-point game early in the fourth. Panthers led 10-9 at halftime, even though the Bears outgained them 205 yards to 97. Chicago ran 42 yards, but settled for 3 field goals by Santos. Smith-Marsette, who played part of last season in Chicago, gave the Panthers a 7-0 lead in the first quarter when he returned a punt 79 yards for a touchdown. He broke a tackle by Josh Blackwell, cut through the middle, and used a hesitation move to get past punter Trenton Gill for his first career TD return. Chicago answered with a 54-yard field goal by Santos. Former Bear Pinheiro kicked a 33-yard early in the second quarter to make it a 7-point game. Santos booted 2 more field goals, hitting a 36-yarder with just over 3 minutes left and a 39-yarder as time expired to make it a 1-point game. And neither team reported any injuries. So up next, this is one of those games where Carolina just struggled offensively and defensively. Next Sunday on November 19th in Week 11, the Panthers host Dallas. And I don't expect them to beat Dallas. I don't think they're going to do it. But they can do the best that they can to try. Panther fans, don't hold your breath on that. And the Bears visit Detroit on the 19th. So right now, you give credit to where credit is due, and that's to the Chicago Bears. And Tyler Bagnett, 20 of 33 carries and attempts, 162 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. I think that was Tyler. Tyson Bagnett, excuse me. Tyson Bagnett, not Tyson. 20 of 33 carries and attempts, 162 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Deonta Foreman, 21 attempts, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. And DJ Moore, 5 receptions, 58 yards. This was just one of those games where it wasn't high scoring, and the Bears just were able to really get it going in that second half and come out on top with the win. Carolina's just struggling at 1-8, and they're tied with Arizona for the worst record in the NFL. And the Bears really want to get that first pick in the in the NFL draft. So, and really, and Foreman just really outran him. He really just really outdid him in that second half. So, we and tomorrow we've got some great action. 9:30 in London. It'll be the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. The Browns are in Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Houston's in Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. 49ers are at the Jaguars. Packers in Pittsburgh. The Saints in Minnesota. They're in Minnesota for that one. Tennessee's in Tampa to take on the Bucks. Atlanta takes on Arizona at State Farm Stadium. Detroit takes on the Chargers at SoFi. The Giants take on Dallas at AT&T Stadium in Big D. Washington's at Seattle, take on the Seahawks at Lumen Field. And the Jets travel to Vegas, take on the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium on Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football, Denver Broncos at Bills Stadium, take on the Bills. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101. Excuse me. Thursday Night Football recap show. I'll be back with the Scott Sports 101 Browns NFL Week 11 early games, pregame show, and the postgame show, and the late games pregame show after the football game, and everything else tomorrow. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.